Yo, what's good, everybody? Today we're reacting to flight reacts before they were famous. Alright, let's get into it. Ew, what are the noises of his tongue?
What? What? What happened? Before Flight Reacts would inspire a Steph Curry meme that went so viral that even Curry himself hopped on the bandwagon.
Yeah, Curry.
Look at Curry, man. Just
Look at Curry,
Sports
man.
Center and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, we gotta look at this
Yeah,
like
look
10
at Curry,
times,
man.
man.
Just trying to do great things in the world, you know what I'm saying?
Facts, yo.
Yeah, look at Curry, man. Just trying to do great things in the world, you know what I'm saying?
They actually reacted to him a second time,
Look
too.
at Curry, man.
Bro, I'm gonna watch this quick
Just
clip for like
trying
5 minutes, bro. This is inspirational, bro. I don't care what anybody says,
Just trying
dog.
to do great things in the world.
This is
you know what I'm
lit.
saying?
Before Flight Reacts would have over 250,000 followers on Twitter, almost 400,000 followers on Twitch, close to 1 million followers on Instagram, and over 4 million combined subscribers between his two YouTube channels at the time of this recording. Before Flight
Might be
Reacts would
popular,
start
though.
dropping banging rap tracks of his own.
The Robin James. Damn, Flight's a good rapper.
Flight Reacts has been around for
my
a minute,
back, hold
creating viral content for YouTube and other platforms. Now, my man's been holding down the fort since the early part of this decade, which is actually around the same time that I first started this channel as well. He's a brother from another mother, I tells ya. Now, the kid, he has blown up off his reaction videos from anything like trick shots.
Well, old Flight was funny, bro.
So sweet, you got the sauce? He definitely got the sauce.
The first video I reacted to a Flight... Shh, Flight, calm down.
Look how much little room
First
he has.
video I reacted to a Flight was,
Bam!
his reaction, Lost and Unbound's diss track on Kevin Durant. It was so funny.
The women judging his looks.
Look goofy as hell in that picture.
Girl.
Who are they?
But I don't know what's so funny.
And with his bigger-than-life personality,
what's
well,
so
he's
funny.
taken the internet by storm. And that's without even mentioning the series of content he posts involving sketches, basketball players. There's pranks, there's basketball players, there's video games, and
There's
yeah,
basketball
well,
players.
even more basketball players. You know, during hard times like these, when the world doesn't have any sports, well, at least we still have Flight Reacts holding down the fort.
Facts,
now, for
facts,
this
facts.
video, I was actually able to get in contact with the man, and he helped me out by answering a whole bunch
Half
of
the
questions.
story is probably about him
So
being
this one is
high,
kinda
not
like
gonna
a
lie.
collab video.
Calm your horses, but who's ready to go? Because I am, bitch. Let's get it.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden back at it again with a brand new Before They Were Famous, and this one was requested by you guys, a whole bunch of ya. Now, in the past, we've done similar videos on the likes of Chris Smooves, Corey X Kenshin,
react
RDC
to
World,
those.
and Love Live Surf.
Go-
Now, of
go
course,
watch
this
those,
show
guys.
it works off requests
This
from
dude's
you
good
guys. So you gotta
YouTube
let me
right
know
here.
who's next in the comments down below.
I like that
you can also
sweatshirt.
hit me up in the DMs at McCrudden
Oh,
or at the number down below.
I don't know what that is.
Text me. Stop calling me. I can't be getting any sleep because you kids
Yeah,
keep
leave the
blowing me
mans
up.
alone.
So just text.
Why would you
all
give
right?
your phone
Now
number
let's
out,
get
bro?
into this video.
That's
Hey, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom! Flight Reacts was born Kamani White on August 7th,
What the-
1995 in Washington, D.C. Now, Flight,
Kamani?
he spent the first year of his life living in the D.C.
Kamani,
area,
bro?
but at the age of 1, his family would pick up and move to West
Kamani.
Palm Beach, Florida, where he still lives to this day. Now, Flight's dad, he worked as a wedding photographer, while his mom, she stayed at home and held down the home front. He also has one sister who he's extremely close with. Now, Flight's parents, they were always supportive of his goals and their hardworking nature. It inspired their children to stay focused and to keep out of trouble, at least for the time being. We're not there yet, because he does get in trouble. It's a little later in the story.
Usually, I'll always have the camera anywhere we go, but the way my parents are, they're very private with their lives, so unfortunately, I will not be able to get nobody as soon as
Who
we
is
get out
that?
this car on camera.
What you doing?
But when we finish, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna check in with you guys. Hopefully she don't, boo-boo herself too much or get too shaky or make, herself look way too bad than what she's trying to make herself look. I'm trying to let her know that she has nothing to worry about. My parents are very welcoming people. They're old school, they're really not people to just like really fear. Like, they keep it real just like every other
That's
parent.
not the point. I never met parents before.
Growing up, Flight's top two priorities, they were basketball and music.
Yeah, you know it's basketball. Oh no, what's about to happen? You go for? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's just. That dude is disrespectful. He
His
just
biggest
cooked
influences
him.
were Allen Iverson, Snoop Dogg,
Curry.
Fabulous, Chris Smooth,
gotta be
and
Curry.
of course, Stephen Curry.
Yep. Good curry, man.
Oh! That
He's
was
wearing a jersey
pass.
backwards.
Bro, that was a pass, bro. I've never seen that.
At first flight, he attended school at Liberty Park Elementary from kindergarten to grade 2. He then moved on to Chloe Lake Elementary from grade 3 through 5 before arriving at O'Keely Middle School for grade 6 through 8.
O'Keely?
I guess it doesn't sound that strange. Whatever. Florida people. No flight, he found elementary and middle school to be a rough time in his youth. There was a lot of gangs, there were fights, there were drugs, and violence that intersected with his daily life. Now, he was bullied a lot in grade 4 and grade 6 because of trivial things like the type of shoes he wore.
Officer, I got one question for you.
What are those?
What are those?
One day while walking home from school in grade 7, while flight, he was jumped by a gang and attacked. Now, it turned out to be a case of mistaken identity. The intended target was someone else who just looked like him. But, well, the damage had already been done. To make matters worse, well, his dad, he also lost his job around the same time, and he was out of work for close to a year. Now, at this point, everything in his home life, it was becoming very difficult, and flight, he took it out by acting at school like a punk. He would get into fights, he would run his mouth at the teachers. He basically just turned into the guy he's not today. You know what I mean? Like a troublemaker. Like a prick. Like a kid with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, it happens.
Okay, if you pass it, which means in her terms of passing,
He's
it's a
too
D,
close
which
to the
actually
camera.
technically is a passing. If I get a 60 or higher, she's not gonna call my mom. If I get an F, she's gonna call my mom right
his
after.
voice
She says
sounds
she's gonna
so
be,
different.
the first one out of 35 degrees.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I got a 78. I didn't get anything higher than a 75. That was my
You
highest
stupid?
test score on a math quiz or test that year, dude.
Stupid,
But Flight's
bro.
next chapter would come to define his life to this point.
Oh my God.
Now, Flight's mother, she transferred him to
78's your
Newville
best
Palm Beach
grade?
Central High School,
Whatever.
and it was her hope
Hey,
that the
Flight's a
school would
genius.
offer her
Wait
son
till
better
June, bro.
influence and keep him out of trouble. Now, her gambit, it paid off in the 9th grade. Flight joined his first and only basketball team. It was something he deeply enjoyed doing,
Bro,
but
what is he
unfortunately,
doing?
midway through the season, he got a high ankle sprain, and he couldn't play in any more games.
Let's go, flight team.
If you lose to this kid, bro, he's dog doopy. Oh my God. Who is this kid? Oh, he got a shot. Damn. did this dude edit in the egghead on the bottom? That's disrespectful. Oh my God, Flight. This
During
is
the downtime, he spent
embarrassing,
healing while
bro.
Flight, he became depressed from not
Is that
being
Cash
able to shoot
Nasty?
hoops and partake in one activity
Yo, he
that
might
was
react
keeping
to
him off
Cash
the streets.
Nasty.
And, you know, like out of trouble. So he started smoking weed during that summer, heading into grade 10, and as this habit picked up, well, his grades, they began to drop. His GPA, it fell as low as 1.6, and he was rendered ineligible to return to the basketball team because of his poor academics.
Come on,
Now,
Flight.
Flight, he tried to fill in this hole in his life by taking on part-time jobs.
How
So
old was
first
he
he
in
got
that
a
picture?
gig working at Steak and Shake. But he soon got let go from that job for showing up at work high all the time, and then he would mess up everyone's order. Next, he tried his hand at working
Imagine
at
just seeing
Chick-fil-A.
Flight
But that
there just
gig, it
messing
didn't
up your
turn
order
out
'cause
any
he's
better.
high as
Now,
hell.
Flight, he was out of that job in 4 months' time. Now, it was during all this that Flight, he first came by the handle that the world would one day call him by. Now,
What
he
it
continued
do,
to
Flight
attend most of his
crew?
classes in the 10th grade high. Well, people around school, they started dubbing him as Flight because he was always on flight. You know, whenever they saw him, the guy was high as a kite. So Flight, it makes sense. Now, as difficult a moment as it was in Flight's life, well, it was actually a bit of a blessing in disguise because with all this downtime, well, he started gaming a lot more and watching YouTube where he fell in love with content creators like Chris Smooth. Now, watching these videos, it inspired Flight to create his own content, and when he realized that someone could take a hobby
Ooh.
and actually make
What
a
is-
career out of
what
it,
2K is this?
the guy
I
was
don't
on a
remember
brand
this.
new path.
I actually started off YouTube about 4 years ago.
I don't even.
around
Is that
that
NBA?
time, and
That's
my
2K,
original
but
account
it's
was
old.
called Mr. Big Boy 305.
Kind of looks like 2K12, but I
when
don't think
had
these
first
their
made a
graphics.
YouTube account,
I don't know.
I actually didn't start off making videos. I actually rather did NBA
I actually don't know what
mixes
this game
and
is.
did tutorial
old.
mixes on just different things in life.
Now, Flight would hold off on chasing his dreams until after graduating high school, which came a little bit later than it does for most. Now, with his low GPA and after having failed his FCAT reading
Cool
state
shoes
test,
there.
well, it took Flight
Ow.
well into his 5th year at Palm Beach Central High School to graduate.
5 years.
Now, Flight, he worked his ass off to get those numbers back up and looking respectful. And he worked hard enough that he was even accepted into Palm Beach State College, so good for him.
probably-
Which he attended for 1 month.
He really got
before
accepted to a
dropped out
college?
pursue
It's
the
probably a
career that
community
he was
college or
already
something.
calling his name. Now, working off his
5
own
years? I
muscle,
don't think
Will
nobody
Flight got
would,
his YouTube channel, Not Your Average Flight, and
Alright,
Flight
about 3
Reacts
minutes
off
left,
the
or 2
ground and
minutes.
soaring. Sorry for the pun, but I just had to. Now, at first, a lot of his content, it was video game
Who's that?
related. We're talking 2K
Goaltending.
and NBA Live.
Not your average flight coming at you when it's time to get right.
He had
Coming
no
into
emotion
my
in his
team,
voice.
getting road to the playoffs. Adjusting my lineup. I'm
Dang,
looking
he had
at
no-
his
he had only
lineup.
had
His
70s.
lineup's looking a little iffy.
And a 180.
And my lineup's looking a little
That ain't
spiffy.
good.
But let's see. You can't judge
I
a
mean,
book by
the
its
only
cover.
good guy,
So, hey,
McGee's not that
the game
good.
will determine
I know
who is a
Augustin.
better team.
But it was the
McGee.
videos in which he put his personality front and center that really began to pay off for Flight.
Can I get a Netflix and chill for anybody lost in the world? I hate talking about stuff like this, man.
Before he knew it, Flight was a bona fide YouTube personality and pulling in
Goofy
hundreds
ass.
of thousands, if not millions of views on the regular. Now, Flight's clout had exploded
Well,
so
that
much
dude
so
got a
that
picture
he
of
even
him.
began dating rapper T.I. from Taylor Girls throughout
I don't
2017
know who
and
she is.
2018. And this was a relationship that he documented heavily on his channel.
Lick the other person's forehead.
Wait, I lick your forehead or you lick my forehead?
I think this is for both of us.
That was
Since it's there, I
nasty,
think it's
bro.
for both. Okay.
Almost sexiest lick I've seen.
What?
Oh shit! Oh god! What the fuck?
The Flight's come up in his
Ew.
videos prolific.
Stop doing that,
Also
Flight.
got
Ow.
fans out there who are looking to
Stop
make
doing
sure
that.
he winds up on the
Made me jump out of my
Golden State
chair.
Warriors. Yeah, playing next to his favorite player of all time, Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know if it'll happen.
Oh,
I guess
you
if
know
there
his
were a
face look,
season
bro.
for it to happen,
God
this
damn.
is it.
I just fell out of the
There
chair.
isn't even an NBA, you know what I mean?
Hey man, this is just inspirational.
Look at Curry.
Bro, I'm gonna watch this quick clip for like 5 minutes, bro. This is inspirational, bro. I don't care what anybody says.
Hella inspirational, my G. Stop looking at that
Even
forehead
if
like
it's only
that.
for a 10-day
Sus.
contract during a season that's been more or less canceled, well, I still think he'd take it. And do you think he's got a shot in hell? Let me know if you think so in the comments down below. Be interested to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah, Flight's making
As for
the
the rest of
NBA.
the story, well, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here because this
Watch my
is
Flight
the important
check
bit.
out, check out Ryan, the
Friendly,
2K
you
God.
already know that. Thank you so much, the Flight Reacts.
Still a
for
lot of
getting
time
back to
left.
Questions. We hope he shares this video so more people can find it. And you guys got to let us know who's next in the comments down below. Also, if my hair is wacky, it's because I can't get it cut.
30
There's nothing I
seconds.
can do. And I'm filming these videos all by myself. There's no one working the camera, no one working the audio. And we do this every day. So I just...